Hey everybody, ABC 10 meteorologist Brenden Mincheff here with a look at the forecast for this Friday and kind of a quick peek at this weekend and what's to come. We had a lot of wind and a lot of rain last night. Wind gusts all across the valley really easily 40 to 45 miles an hour, basically all the way from Modesto and up towards Yuba City as well, through, of course, Sacramento, Stockton, and everywhere in between. It was very windy last night, lots of rain as well. Easily have rain totals of an inch or more, again, across much of the valley. Pretty equally distributed the wind and the rain was for all of us. Here's what it looks like as of this recording. You can see the heaviest rain is actually south of Modesto in the Merced area and further south. And then we are also starting to see those snow levels work their way back down the mountain right now. So really, honestly, as of this morning, we are in a bit of a break in the rain from Sacramento to Stockton and down through Modesto. That doesn't mean the rain is over. I do expect that this rain is going to build back in as we work throughout the daytime today, but at least for now, there is a break in the rain. Take a look at those snow levels real quick, and you can see, again, starting to see these finally work their way very slowly back down the mountain a little bit. Still pretty high right now. Truckee, for most of our morning show this morning between 5 and 7 a.m., Truckee was seeing rain and not snow. That looks like that has finally changed. So by the time we get to this afternoon, we're going to see those snow levels in a more familiar elevation of roughly 5,000 to 6,000 feet, as opposed to these 7,000 to 8,500 feet in elevation snow levels that we've been seeing. So rain and wind today, about 59 for a high in Sacramento, 59 in Elk Grove, 58 Stockton, 57 in Modesto, 60 in Fairfield. This wind is pretty much done at this point. These gusts, we're not going to be seeing those anymore. That was really for the overnight hours and a little bit into the morning, especially for the foothill areas. Speaking of foothill areas, even though the rain is done for now, the flooding risk is not done. Still expecting to see some more rain as the day wears on. And of course, especially south of Modesto, that's where we've seen a lot of that rain right now through the morning hours, and it's going to continue to rain there pretty much all day long. So we've got this level 4 high risk. That's as bad as it gets down there for excessive rainfall. That is a 70% chance of flash flood conditions occurring in that area. And then we also have that out along the central coast as well. So just because it's okie doke here right now, at least in the Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto area, doesn't mean it is for our friends to the south and out along the coast. But still, level 3 moderate risk for much of the central Sierra foothills. And then in the valley, we do have that level 2 slight risk. So these level 4 days are not issued lightly. They really do only issue them when they are sure that this flash flooding is going to occur. And we are seeing that south of Modesto. Thankfully, not quite in our area, but the further south you go in the valley, the worse that rain and the flooding is. Sacramento Valley today, the front pushes through this morning. A cold front does. That's going to be drying us out through the rest of the morning and keeping us mostly dry through the afternoon hours. In the San Joaquin Valley, that front's not going to push all the way through the valley. So we're going to be seeing rain off and on throughout the day, rain building back in as we work through the evening hours tonight. Sierra and foothills, we're going to have that high elevation rain early. We still are seeing that high elevation rain. It's just not quite as high as it was before sunrise. And then these snow levels will be lowering as we go throughout the daytime today. The flood advisory is expired for the valley, but we do still have that flood watch that runs until Sunday morning. Everywhere you see in green, basically there's more green on the map than there is that gray base map color. As we take a look at Futurecast, here's that front that I'm talking about, and you can see that it's kind of already pushed through the Sacramento area as of this morning, but it's going to set up shop really between Sacramento and Stockton, and it's going to become a stationary front. It's not going to move, right? That's what that means is a stationary front. It's not moving north as a warm front, not moving south as a cold front. It's going to hang out there, and what that's going to do is it's going to really set up kind of a barrier, if you will, for the rain. So most of that rain today is going to be in the Stockton, Modesto area, in the San Joaquin Valley, and then in the foothills about south of Placerville. Ish. It really is going to depend on where that front sets up. It's a little bit further north. We're going to see a little bit more rain. There's rain chances in Sacramento. If it's a little bit further south than what you see here on this map, maybe Stockton stays mostly dry today as well. But here's what the forecast looks like right now. So as we go through the lunchtime and the afternoon hours, you see again, even though we do see some drying periods, most of that activity is below or ahead of that front, whereas behind the front, we've got more breaks in the clouds, and we are likely staying mostly dry today. So by 4 p.m., some more showers popping up again in the San Joaquin Valley because it's ahead of that front. It's more stable behind it, and ahead of that front is where we have that more unstable air. As we work through the evening hours, that rain builds back in. The snow works its way back down the mountain a little bit. Snow levels, again, about 4,500 to 6,500 feet. And that's where we see that heavier rain, heavier snow at times This front will start to move a little bit as we work through the overnight hours, and that will allow for some showers to start building in behind the front again, and then it'll finally push on out tomorrow morning, and that's when we'll have more rain and more snow as well. In fact, Saturday looks to be a fairly soggy day, at least through the afternoon hours before maybe we dry out a little and stick with the cloud cover. Weekend as a whole, though, actually, for better or worse, looks to be somewhat soggy. 55 tomorrow for Saturday, more rain, and then on Sunday, 63 degrees, so warmer, much more seasonable, but with some thunderstorm chances on Sunday as well. So definitely make sure you're staying with us through the weekend. I'll be here all weekend tracking the rain and whatever snow chances we have left as well. Low elevation snow, not really going to happen with this storm. We're going to be looking at 3 to 5 feet above 6,500 feet. There's still that possibility. The very highest peaks and passes could see up to about 8 feet. But it does look like the totals are coming down a little bit as of this recording. So we're still going to see those strong wind gusts, about 75 miles an hour at times. But the high-end snow amounts of like 100 inches, it does seem like maybe that's trending down just a little bit as of this morning. But still, it is very dangerous up there. There's a lot of snow. And even if we get 80 inches as opposed to 100 inches, I mean, that's 20 inches difference, but there's already several feet of snow on the ground. So very dangerous avalanche conditions. Stay away from avalanche terrain. We do have that avalanche warning now through Saturday morning. This is dangerous regardless of whether it is actively raining or snowing. The avalanche can happen even if there are blue skies overhead. I'm going to show you the model data now, and this runs through Sunday evening. This is Sunday at 6 p.m. Look at these totals. These are like 2 feet to 3 feet of snow across much of the area. There's decent agreement in the global models there. I think this is really underdoing it. My official forecast still going to go about 60 to 80 inches. I did, again, take out that 100-inch total contour there, but still 60 to 80 inches additional snowfall possible by Sunday night. I need to see a little more data as to whether we're going to see that rain and that snow build back in, and if there's going to be as much water associated with it. Right now, it seems like we're not going to get that very extreme high end that was possible. Now it looks like through Sunday night, again, 60 to 80 inches. Still nothing to turn your nose up at, right? That's still a lot of snow, but maybe, again, not as high as maybe that 100-inch was that we were talking about the last few days. 1 to 2 inches of additional rainfall across really the valley and the Bay Area is what the forecast calls for. So we're not out of the woods yet. There's still a lot more rain, still a lot more snow to go as well. And in fact, the atmospheric river that's bringing us our current round of rain and snow looks like we'll get another kind of finger of moisture here by the time we get towards Monday, Tuesday, which is going to bring us more warm rain and potentially some snow as well. So for today, mostly cloudy, some showers, high temperature, about 59 degrees. Winds for the rest of the afternoon, only about 10 miles an hour. 59 is warmer than where we have been for most of the last week, but still way below the average high for this time of year of 66 degrees. Tonight, 47 degrees, mostly cloudy. We'll get some rain building back in around sunrise, not a whole lot of wind overnight. And the low is 44 degrees, so we'll actually be above the average low temperature. 44 will be about 47. As we look at the next 10 days, a little cooler tomorrow, down towards 55 degrees for a high temperature. Sunday, warming up again, 63 degrees. Don't forget to set your clocks forward. We lose an hour of sleep, but I mean, that is the way it is. 63 degrees on Monday, 61 on Tuesday. Again, sticking with those rain chances through the early part of next week because of that next round of atmospheric river moisture we could see. Maybe a little bit drier Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for St. Patrick's Day, set 65 degrees. But you see those rain icons coming back in again. So we are, again, not anywhere near done with the rain and snow yet. Be sure to stay with ABC 10 for the very latest on all things winter weather, and I guess at this point almost spring weather, right? Thanks for watching.